You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, we're going to talk about something we've covered a lot on this channel, which is the murder of Ethan LIMING in Ohio, Akron, Ohio, at LeBron James's I Promise school. And I said murder. It is what it is. It's not what they were charged with. In fact, they were charged with involuntary manslaughter. The two teens that were involved, and in total there were three, but there were two that we're going to be talking about here, that basically was found not guilty. They were at least found not guilty of involuntary manslaughter, which is absolutely crazy. It's absurd. It's nuts that we're watching things play out in our legal system right now that is just, it's baffling. But they were able to get this charge down. One of them gets an aggravated assault. The other one gets a misdemeanor. Wow. And Ethan's father came out, said in Ohio, this became a race issue. Like blacks were on the side of these kids. For whatever reason, it's okay to beat a kid to death as long as he's white, I guess. And whites on the other side. There should have been no race involved in this whatsoever. None. And nobody should be picking sides. I mean, what have we done with issues of legality? Where evil is evil regardless of color. It's crazy. If you're capable of doing this, you don't need to be on the streets. You don't need to be on the streets. You're putting other people in danger of any color. It's baffling to me. I don't get it. This is Breitbart. Black teens who killed white youth outside of LeBron James's I Promise school found not guilty of involuntary manslaughter. They tried to get a murder charge here, folks. They couldn't even get that. They tried to get second-degree murder. And we saw what happened. They couldn't even get involuntary manslaughter. This is nuts. Two teens killed a boy during a fight outside of LeBron James's I Promise school in Akron, Ohio. By the way, LeBron has been silent throughout this whole thing. Now, LeBron's virtue signaled many things, especially involving race, over the last 4 years, but boy, he got quiet. He didn't come out. He didn't slam these teens for having committed this heinous act. He just stayed quiet. Seems pretty cowardly, if you ask me. But it doesn't surprise me these days. Two teens who killed a boy outside of LeBron James's I Promise school in Akron, Ohio, ended up being acquitted of involuntary manslaughter and instead were convicted of a felony and misdemeanor assault on Monday. This kid's dead, folks, by the way. Ethan LIMING is dead because of the actions of these two guys. Deshaun and Tyler Stafford were acquitted of manslaughter in the death of the 17-year-old Ethan LIMING, with Deshaun being convicted of felony aggravated assault as well as a misdemeanor count of assault, and his brother Tyler only convicted on a single misdemeanor count of assault. Wow. The manslaughter charges were dropped when a jury could not agree on a verdict. How is it you could not agree on a verdict in this? This feels like a slam dunk. Pun intended. Causing Summit County Common Pleas Judge Tammy O'Brien to declare a mistrial. Deshaun could still face up to 2.5 years in prison for a felony charge. Wow. They killed this young man, this kid just starting their life out, could still face up to 2.5 years. That's a joke. This was LeBron James back in June of 2022. Right around the time this happens, our condolences goes out to the family who lost a loved one. My heavens above watch over you during this tragedy. Pray for our community. I don't think LeBron James ever said this kid's name. I don't think he did. I might be wrong, but I can't recollect in the several videos that we did on this, him ever acknowledging this kid's name. Say his name, LeBron. The arrest came on the heels of a fight outside of the school on June 2nd, 2022. The deceased teen, Ethan LIMING, and his friends have been driving around shooting a water gun at people. But when they came across the Staffords, a fight ensued. During the fight, Deshaun Stafford punched LIMING, causing him to fall to the pavement and hit his head. LIMING died from injuries suffered when his head hit the concrete. The U.S. Marshals Service announced it had arrested Deshaun Stafford, 20, and Tyler Stafford, 19, and Donovan Jones, 21, in Akron after homicide warrants were issued for the three. Both Staffords were arrested at a residence at the 500 block of North Howard Street, while Jones was arrested at a home at the 200 block of Crosby Street. The three suspects are, quote, currently being held on charges of murder and felonious assault, with Jones also accused of disrupting public service. So when they got arrested, they were arrested and on charges of murder. Think about where this started and where this got to. It's crazy. According to Ethan's father, Bill LIMING, his son and three other friends, one white, two black, went to the parking lot near the I Promise School to plan the rest of their evening. It was there that, according to LIMING, his son and his friends encountered four other individuals, three black males, one black female. The two groups engaged in what LIMING described as horseplay. The teenagers were being teenagers, Bill told Akron Beacon Journal. I don't want to say too much about the investigation, but apparently some of his friends who were with him were fooling around in the parking lot, and some other people didn't like it. LIMING's body was retrieved from the school property, and it was determined that he died from blunt force head trauma. The lawyer for Deshaun Stafford celebrated the ruling. Okay. That saw his client exonerated from manslaughter and downgraded to an assault charge. That is a joke. Quote, I hope this verdict allows all folks who suffered and all folks who are hurting. I hope this verdict allows them to get some kind of closure and some kind of peace. Well, it didn't. The family of Ethan, they're not happy about this at all. Attorney John Sin said, according to WJW-TV, and I can tell you there was another article I saw involving this where the family said they felt that Ethan had been victimized and that they felt like they were having to, that he went through that. They went through it during the arrest, and now they're going through it all over again. That this was not justice as far as Ethan's family is concerned at all. And it shows you in today's society, you can't count on the justice system anymore. And Ethan's family said this became a black and white issue in and around Akron, and that there were sides taken, which is absurd that we are taking sides in a situation like this. Wow, it's disappointing that this is where we have gotten. Tell me what you think, black and white sports supporters. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.